Good morning, students. This is the second part of History Lesson 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. In the previous part, we learn about the series of 4 prints prepared by Frederick Soru, visualizing his dream of a world made up of democratic and social republic. During the 19th century, Europe was undergoing the phase of transitions. In class 9th, we have already read that the first visible expression of nationalism ever was the outbreak of French Revolution in 1789. As a marker protest, many agitated and depressed people of France stormed the fortress prison Bastille. The major outcome of the revolution was the formation of constitutional monarchy and reduction in the royal and feudal privileges. Let us now take a look on the impact of French Revolution. Some major steps were taken by the revolutionaries to establish a feeling of nationhood and a collective French identity. So these steps are: the revolutionaries referred to France as La Patrie or the fatherland, where all citizens are known as La Citoyen, who enjoyed equal rights under the Constitution. The second step is new design of French national flag was adopted, and this new design represented the pride and honor of belonging to a free nation. Third one is this revolution had its impact on the administration as well. The body of active citizens or the citizens who were allowed to vote because they paid taxes elected the S.T. General and renamed it the National Assembly. The fourth step is a uniform system of weight and measure was adopted. And do you know, the metric system which we use today was also founded by France in 1791. The fifth one is all internal custom duties and dues were also abolished. Sixth step is French was adopted as the common language in France, and the use of regional dialects were discouraged. Seventh step, a centralized administrative system was created, and this system formulated uniform laws for all the French citizens. The last step was to invoke nationalism. Several hymns and songs were composed and oaths were taken. So these are all the steps that were taken during the French Revolution. The French Revolution inspired people all over Europe to begin the movement against the autocracy and despotism. The French revolutionaries also took it upon themselves to help other European countries in their struggle to overcome autocracy and form nations. So, the impact of French Revolution in other cities of Europe are like this. Students and the middle classes, they formed Jacobin clubs in many European countries. And due to this widespread enthusiasm, the French armies were welcomed by the European countries such as Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and Italy in 1790s. The era after the French Revolution was the emergence of famous historic personality, a warrior known as Napoleon Bonaparte. He was well known for his imperialistic motives and conquest in Europe. Napoleon abolished democracy and re-established monarchy. He introduced several effective administrative changes in the Civil Code of 1804. It is also called Napoleonic Code, and it was introduced by Napoleon in 1804. This code is famous for the administrative changes brought about by Napoleon. According to this code, Napoleon abolished the privileges enjoyed by the noblemen and the clergies on the basis of birth. Second, he brought in the equality before law and secured the right to property to relieve the general people of France. This code was carried to other countries of Europe that was brought under French control, such as the Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany. In the towns too, Napoleon removed guild restrictions and improved the transport and communication systems. The last one is the feudal system was abolished and the peasants were freed from the serfdom and the payment of dues to the men of honor. So, this is Napoleon's civil code, and the businessmen and small producers of goods, they felt that the uniform laws, standardized weights and measures, and a common currency could facilitate free trade across Europe. But the people of these countries, under the French rule, they soon realized that the changes and the administrative arrangements was just an eyewash. So these are some negative effects of the Napoleon Civil Code. People have virtually lost their political freedom that have been attained after a lot of efforts. Taxes were increased, forced enrollment of people into the French armies, and censorship. So the positive administrative changes that was brought up by the Napoleon, they soon led to his downfall. So these are the steps of French Revolution and the Napoleon Civil Code. Now, the questions formed from this part are: first, what steps did the French revolutionaries take to create a sense of collective identity? The second question is: explain any 5 provisions of Napoleon's Civil Code of 1804. So that's all for this part. In the next part, we learn about the making of nationalism in Europe. Thank you.